Hello everybody, how are you going? And welcome to Making a Suit with Don Cherry from what I can only assume is going to be the Rick Mercer report. Now, to be fair, I don't actually know much of the history surrounding these two characters, but I know the context and I've seen them enough to know who they are, and I know that we're in for a special occasion.
Haute couture is a term referencing high fashion emanating from the style capitals of the world. It evokes such designers' names such as Armani, Dior, Lagerfeld. Today, I have an audience with one of the great fashion icons. Oh, no. Don Cherry, how are you?
I'm pretty good, Rick boy. How's it going?
Good. You're looking...
What else?
Pink.
That's out there.
You get your fabric for your suits
At Fabricland. Yes,
Right.
I do, and I've got some stuff here for you. I think you'd look lovely in pink, don't you think?
Well, I'm more of a black and white guy, but I'm...
How about baby blue?
This is not suit fabric, is it?
I don't know what it is. I just like it. I don't ask.
Oh, that's a great line. Just right there. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I'm sure he's also going, I don't care what it is. I like it. I make a suit out of it. And really, you can just see the perfect contrast between the two of them. They're going, I'm more of a black and white kind of guy. And he's clearly living up to his word right there. Black jacket, white shirt, nothing but the bare essentials. Meanwhile, then you have the flamingo in the back there, like they said, looking very, very, very pink. And he's so out there. You could spot him from a mile away, and I just love the fact that he doesn't care what it is. No material is off limits. So like I said, I am missing a lot of the history surrounding these two characters, and especially Don Cherry. I mean, I've heard a few things, both good and bad, so to say, but I don't know when the trendsetter of suit wearing like that began.
This is not suit fabric, is it?
I don't know what it is. I just like it. I don't ask questions. I say, I like that. That's what I want.
This is for drapes.
What it is? Don't tell me that. It is.
You're
For
wearing
drapes?
Yes.
You're telling me this is drape material?
You've been wearing
You've
drapes.
ruined my whole outlook now. My image is gone. You'd look good in pink. Don't you think he'd look good in
I
pink?
think
Maybe a little
People
yellow.
drive by your house, they think your drapes are closed. It's you standing in the window.
Is this it like this?
Well, I mean, fair enough, especially if he's actually using the material. It's not like, oh, it's kind of patterned and floral as though someone's just either drawn the drapes or ripped the carpet up and stuck it to the wall. No, he's just there strutting his stuff in his suit. I mean, to be fair, that is some serious drape material. I don't know anyone that would have the balls, so to say, to be having that up in their house as drape material. But hey, baby blue, rainbow, whatever colors you want, go for it. It's your house, I guess, and on your suit.
Is this it like this?
This is more like
I
a
like-
couch.
This is couch. That's beautiful.
I'm far more conservative than Don Cherry, it turns out.
Who isn't? But I don't see any black. Oh, look it up here. House
Does
suit.
Ron McLean get upset when you show up wearing something
No.
that's so bright he knows no one will ever look at him?
Well, nobody does look at him, so what's the difference what I wear? Anyhow, I have a few.
What would you do if he started showing up dressed like
He
you?
did. He used to started to wear pretty good ties, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, whoa.
Did you
Wait a
tell
minute.
him?
Hey.
Back off, you're
This
in my...
isn't- Hey, that's my shtick.
Stay to the black and white. Don't you dare have an ounce of color in this entire thing. That's why he just has to get completely overboard to the nth degree. There's no way that you can possibly compete with that. I mean, I feel as though no matter what you could possibly pull out of your basket, Don Cherry is just there to go, oh, push it, just stay aside, young fella. Just stay in the corner. I've got it covered. And I just need to be coming back, and I'm sure that we'll just zoom in on it a bit more. But look at the range of fabrics that they are choosing from. I mean, I guess the range is the range that the store stocks, but you would never even look at that and go, yes, suit. No, I would look at that and go, are they rugs on a wall? Like quite traditional? I don't know what the word is for that kind of rug, but just old school looking rugs. But no, that on your suit jacket instead. And now I'm wondering, what does he get them lined with? Because can he just mix and match? Like, some people say that you can get a blue and a black and a navy and a this and a that, all these different suit combinations, and it gives you infinite. But Don Cherry, if he's just going all fabrics, no colors are off limit, and then you're also matching and matching them with lining as well, the sky's the absolute limit. Not even the bounds of the universe are the limit.
Whoa.
Did you
Wait a
tell
minute.
him?
Hey.
Back off, you're in my...
Hey, that's my shtick. Never
Right.
mind. Get back to your plain self again. All right, black and white. Are you kidding? Little zebra, but
Zebra is the new tiger print, apparently.
Oh, is that right?
I don't know what that means,
I don't
but
either.
I read that. Do you read about fashion?
No, I don't. Set my own fashion. Somebody
Right.
says you're out of fashion. I set my own fashion. I
Right.
don't follow everybody else. I'm not a follower. All right, that's a material.
All right.
Oh, It's just unfair because he said, well, I'm a bit of a black and white man myself. And then so what does he go and do? Finds a black and white roll of fabric. There's no escaping it. There's nothing you could particularly say that would go from it. Because if you say, well, I'm only into suit fabrics, then it goes, well, anything's a suit fabric. Then you go, I'm only black and white. Well, you go, here you go, black and white it is. If you go, I'm only into denim even. I don't even know what you would possibly do there, but I'm sure that you can get plenty of colors of that if that is what you're also after. And so Don Cherry, like I said, just setting his own standards from way back in the day, not taking no from anyone and really just kicking everyone else out of the scene. You go, nah, mate, I don't even know what you're talking about. This is fashion. It does, however, make me wonder how many suits has he either, I guess what is he only be getting all this fabric and then getting it tailored? I can only assume in some in that regard. He would have spent a pretty penny on some tailoring, but how many suits does he have? It must be millions, thousands. I've heard that sometimes they've never seen him in the same suit again. So how do you possibly have enough storage space for that many suits, and where are they all going? Are they just out in the wild? Do they just get released back to where they once came, back to the fabric store, or do they get donated, or does he just collect them all? He's a hoarder of suits, as he knows in his mind that you can never possibly compete with the level of fashion that he's bringing to the table, and so that is just there for copypasters to do what they want with. But where do the suits themselves go? Because that is a certain extra level on top.
Let's go.
We're good to go. I hear you wrote a book.
I did. I wrote a book, and I tell you, #1 bestseller in a week.
Where?
No, I kid you not.
In Fabricland?
Fabricland, the girls all love
In
me
Canada.
here.
#1 bestseller.
#1 in Canada in 1 week.
There we go. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are
Nice
you?
to see you.
Here's a card, my card to get
buying
take
that
care
for
of it.
me?
I'll buy it for you. Don't worry about it. Go
What
ahead.
is that?
It's a sewing club membership. You
It's
get
a,
discount.
it's a sewing club membership card.
You think I'm wearing pink for?
Mr. Cherry, I just happened to have your book here. Would you please sign for me?
All right. See, Fabricland stuff inside here. Thank you very much. Oh, I certainly will. Yes. Oh, all right. Thank you. See, what a book. What a
I
book.
know. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. See you later.
Am I driving with you?
You're driving with me.
Okay.
To be fair, that is, I guess it's a suit, but I would have thought that they would need more fabric than that, and I guess it is also definitely going to be lined, and maybe they double back it. There's so many questions I now have, as well as where did all of these books suddenly come from, as they weren't obviously bothered before, even just carrying it around, no drama, and then all of a sudden they get to the checkout and everyone goes, oh, I know who you are. I mean, I couldn't miss you, and I definitely know who you were before, but please, just sign this book that I suddenly conjured up out of nowhere. I mean, in the same way that I just conjured that card up, and I do wonder, was it real? Was it actually just a discount card because he goes there so often? I mean, I guess he's surely a multi-millionaire, but hey, a dollar's a dollar. And it also does make me wonder, how do they know how much fabric they're going to need? Are they just going off general sizing? I can only imagine you're just going to go, I'll buy a bundle. As fabric, for what it is and what it can do, is very cheap, I believe, but still just to go, damn, we didn't get enough. Well, back to the store we go to buy another whole piece. In saying that, though, I can't exactly imagine that that is going to be a very common problem for Don Cherry. He's cut so many meters of fabric, I'm sure that he could do it with his eyes closed. He goes, yeah, I need 2.236.5 millimeters of fabric, and that's the perfect suit amount. And then there you go, done. You have all the fabric you could ever need for a suit made to measure.
Am I driving with you?
You're driving with me.
Okay.
What is driving style? Where are you going?
Is this you?
Wow, are you kidding? Get over here. I'm going to show you a real car.
You're not in the Yaris?
Look at this, 1983 Mark 6. Get in that car, you're gonna love it. It's beautiful.
I love the shag seats. Very classy.
Hurrah!
Okay.
Fair enough, of
You're
course.
gonna love these guys. Gonna love them. Johnny and Frankie here. Yes, here we are. And here's Johnny right here. You know Rick.
Hello, Johnny. How are you? Nice to
Here
meet
you
you.
are.
Oh, thank you, Don. How are you?
Oh, you're welcome,
So
Johnny.
this is a bag of material for drapes, and I need a suit to look like Don.
It's gonna be hard, but do your best.
I'm just now sitting here thinking about how many times that interaction has happened. How many times has he walked through the door and gone, here, make this thing out of this thing, and you just go, oh no, I mean, I guess you're paying me, so sure, and I guess my work gets out there, so sure, and you get on video clips like this, so sure, but really, like, this just isn't what I particularly signed up for in the first place. When I got my license, or when I got the ability to make suits, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but hey, there is a market for everyone, and so if you want to nab that from Don Cherry, like I said, the multi-million-dollar suit man, it's open slather then, of course. Everyone's going to want that. However, I do think that it would be remiss of me to not talk about this car because in a way it is exactly what I expected, and also in another way not what I expected. I almost expected there to be a little bit more color on the outside. I mean, they did say there was the shag pile rug, I believe is what he was saying, seat covers, which are, but just to be having that car, a very low Men in Black almost looking car. But for that kind of man, you would be surprised if you didn't know what was about to step out of it, I reckon. To be fair, I do think that if you made me choose one out of everything that I'm seeing here, that would be number one, or definitely high on the list, as I can't exactly see that getting out of the Toyota Corolla. But maybe it is. Maybe it's just more subverting expectations. Canada do like to do that. And once we see Rick in his zebra tiger suit, we may very well have another one to add to the list, and so I guess only time will tell. But my goodness, it's a character, that's for sure.
Okay, let's talk about the book. It very much is you sitting around telling stories. That's the way it is. They're like short stories, essentially, and almost every one of the stories in the first half of the book starts off with you saying, so we were having a few pops and...
My mother heard me say beer all the time, and she says, she phoned me and she said, it sounds so bummy, beer. I don't want you to say that you're having a beer. So the next 26 years ago, I said, I was out having a few pops, and everybody else has picked it up. So that's how it is. So what was the question?
I don't remember.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, we're just getting back to, well, what I was saying was half the stories start off with you.
Start off the pops.
They start off with having a few pops, and then they usually end with you saying, and I probably shouldn't have done it, but I did anyway.
Well, that's it. That's the story of my life. Shouldn't have done it, but did it.
Well, then, there are certainly a whole bundle of questions that I have from that, but the first one, and the most important one I feel as though, just to give more context to this entire thing, is when did this come out? Wow. November 2008, the 19th of November 2008. That is a long time ago. Fair play to both of these guys for still, as far as I'm aware, rocking the same kind of thing. I guess we'll see if Rick has just changed his style in that kind of time, but no, just to be changing it to Pops just because of his mum. I mean, Pops seem to have so many different words, so many different meanings for the same word all over the world, especially in North America, and then to suddenly just be jumping over to beer as well just to appease the mother. I mean, I guess if it works, go for it. Perhaps, however, just leave out the part where, or just don't do the part in the first place where you go, I did something and I probably regret it, and hey, I guess you can say, yes, it may be character building, and yes, it may be this and that, but maybe not for everything. Just don't blame it on the, well, I did it and I don't regret it kind of situation. You can't apply that to everything in life. However, I do want to quickly come back and yes, what was it called? Don Cherry's Hockey Stories and Stuff. And so, right, I believe, I completely forgot until right this second, but Don Cherry, I was thinking of him only as a commentator, but I believe he was actually a player as well. And so between having both sides of the equation of both being on the ice and off the ice, but around the ice, you're going to have so many different hockey stories. And then, I mean, just look at him. There's going to be plenty of stuff involved in that life.
And this is Frank Benny. This is Don Cherry's Master Tailor. Hello, Frank.
Hi there.
Will this suit make me look stronger?
Oh, of course. Makes you looking special.
So we're done?
We're done.
You will put another sleeve on?
I will put another sleeve on, and I will work magic for you. I will be right back.
Right back.
Don?
Yes?
You've had a few opinions in your life.
A few.
Do you worry sometimes you're going to go on television, it's live, you don't have anyone in your ear, you're going to say something, and then you're going to go down in a ball of flames?
Everybody expects it.
Yes, if that's when
nice.
If you ask people, how's Cherry going to go out? Ball of flame.
Train wreck or something like that. Hey,
Yeah.
I don't mind it, but I got to tell you, I would miss it because I'm as excited now and 28 years or something like that as I did my very first one. I love it. I would do it for nothing, honestly. I can hardly wait to get on Coach's Corner.
You shouldn't probably tell them you do it for nothing.
Well, I almost do. Oh, here's Frankie.
That's
All right.
magic.
Well, before we get to the magic reveal, and I certainly do hope that we get to see a full suit of it, not just the jacket, and at least just it on him in its full glory. Man, from everything I've heard, and like I said, I am missing a little bit of both historical, ancient history about Don Cherry and modern history about Don Cherry, but I do know that he was removed from air, so to say. Don't know exactly what he said or what went down or anything like that, and I'm sure people will be more than happy to enlighten me, or I certainly hope so. But the fact that he just, I believe, predicted it going, yes, I would like to go out in a train wreck or a Great Wall of Fire or so many different things, and I believe that's kind of what happened, just not literally.
Oh, here's Frankie.
That's
All right.
magic.
Frankie, thank you so much.
Looks
My
good.
pleasure.
Way
How
to
does
go,
it look?
Frankie.
How does
Now
it
let's
look?
take a look here. It's missing one thing. You'll see. Just one thing. Oh, beautiful. Great suit. I gotta tell you. They're looking good.
Thank you, Don. It's a great book.
Hey,
You know what? I rate it. I reckon he could rock it all day long. Yes, he might be, like you said, a black and white, and a majority black, so black with white stripes, so to say. Not black and white stripes, but whew, that's a look. It honestly somehow competes with the vibrant fluoro flamingo pink. I don't know how, considering what that is, but it does. If you saw those two walking down side by side, there's some kind of Dumb and Dumber kind of situation going on there, or maybe just you going, I see Don Cherry there, whoever he is with. Oh, it's Rick. Oh my goodness. It's just a match made in heaven. Look at those two. I'm really disappointed that they don't have the pants to match, because that would be the full suit, even an undercoat to go with it. Oh, it would just be incredible. It does then explain why they needed less fabric than I would have thought. I mean, it was a 2 by 2 meter square or whatever it would be, but still just to go, wow, by the time you make all the cuts and the sleeve and the sewing and you got to go around a person and all the other bits, I was surprised you could only do that with 2 meters, but no. You would need a lot more, I can only imagine, to make a full suit, not just a jacket. Sadly though, and I don't believe they showed it when he, maybe it's just black lined. I certainly don't see anything in particular in there, and it's sadly not a high enough resolution to be able to see what it would otherwise be, but just a black lined tiger, leopard, zebra, whatever striped suit that really makes quite the entrance and quite the impact when it is worn correctly. And I guess it's a tailored suit, so it's going to be looking nice, but man, it does better than I ever would have thought it to, especially considering, I don't know if that one was, but it's just material out of drapes, materials out of carpet, materials out of probably bed sheets, things like that. It really does show you that you can make anything out of anything as long as you're just down for it and you have the money for it to be able to just make miracles happen like that. I also want to know how long it took, because I don't know if they came back days later or what. I can't imagine so, considering what the entire pattern's going on there hasn't changed, and from what I've ever heard, Don Cherry does not wear a suit twice. But regardless of all of that, it is still very, very impressive, and so love him or hate him, he makes a fine, fine suit.